Hello, hello, my beautiful Cancers. So I apologize if y'all can hear noise outside. Of course, when I try to tape, it gets noisy outside. And honestly, I live in a very quiet neighborhood, but I don't know why. Every time I try to tape, it does that. So, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, and I'm going to bring you guys a little bit of astrology. I use hypnotherapy. I'm a medium, psychic medium, so to help you on your path. And now the author of my upcoming book series, Concepts Create Reality. So my gorgeous ones, let me try to answer the questions that I'm kind of hearing in my head. This is the Sacred Circle Tarot. I'll have the link down below. You can buy it through Amazon. I have an affiliate link. For a reading, I'll have the links down below. Just check out the description box and I'll have everything there. So what I've done, and I apologize for getting these out a little later than I wanted to. For those of you that watch our dailies and know, I mentioned that I have I'm from Houston, Texas, so I have a lot of people all over Texas, my family, and all up and down the Gulf Coast. So we were just back and forth, and then I had, I had friends come in, or a friend come in from out of town. So I was just really, really busy. When you have a huge family, it's like not just one phone call, it's like 30 phone calls. It's like, got to make sure everybody's okay and everyone is safe. In fact, my sister is a Cancer, so she should be hearing this. So anyway, it took me a little longer to get this out. So what are we doing here? So we have the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse. And though they're gone, though they've already happened, doesn't mean the energy is gone. Because of this lunar eclipse, you're going to feel the energy for 30 days, like intensely. But, you can feel it up to 3 months. And then the solar eclipse, you'll feel intently for 45 days. And then up to 6 months. And some people even up to a year. So what do the eclipses mean, and what is this about? What was the big hype, right? So I will preface this by saying I'm not an astrologer. I've had astrology in my life forever. I don't even know, like 20, 25 years, maybe even longer. 50, I don't even know. It's just been in my life forever. So, the eclipse, if you think about eclipse and the energy, the eclipse in itself, like it cuts it off, right? So if you think about this in another way, eclipses sort of take you to 0 point energy, right? When you turn off the computer or turn off your laptop and then you turn it back on, you reboot it. That's what an eclipse is, okay? Now, because it was a lunar eclipses are about completion, releasing, letting go, coming to new phases, right? And the reason that the universe, spirit, God, source, oneness, your angels, whoever you connect to, the reason they do this is so that you have said that you wanted these things, that you're trying to make your life this way, that you want these things coming in and these people coming in, and they're saying, we would love to give you that because we want to give you everything. But in your physical self, you can only hold so much energy, and that's like the world that you create around you and the emotions that you have inside you. In your whole self, you can hold a lot of energy, right? But in your physical resonance, in your density here on Earth, there's only so much energy that can be flowing through you, right? Because of your physicalness. So there are some things that you have to let go of, or you don't really have to let go of it, but there are some things that you want to complete so that you can make room, so that energy can go by and you can make room for the things that you're wanting, right? So that's what these eclipses are about. These eclipses are like a reboot, getting you to like 0 point energy and let's move forward to the things that you're wanting, right? But it's also because in life we want to complete things. There are experiences that we wanted to come and experience and then complete them and then experience the next things, right? Oftentimes, because your heart is so open, Cancer, I love you so dearly. And I told you, my sister's a Cancer. I love her dearly. She's my baby. Because your heart is so open that sometimes you hang on to things that need to complete already so that you can be in a different space where you're happy and you're gaining stuff and you're experiencing new things, right? And it's not easy for you guys, because when you give somebody your heart, or give something, or some project, or some situation, or whatever, when you give that heart to someone, something, it's like it's there. It's hard for you to like say, well, it's over. But sometimes it needs to be complete so that you can gain these other things, so that you can smile and be happy and get the things that you'd forgotten that you said that you wanted, right? So this is what this is about. This is about you helping to do that, so that you can gain these things that you said you wanted, right? So what I've done is, which house is it going to be working in for you guys? So it's going to be working in your second house. Your lunar, the completions are going to be done in your second house. The gains and the solar is going to be done in your 8th house. And those are 2 difficult houses for you guys. I swear, like, you guys can't catch a break. Oh my gosh. Like, I just want to hold all of you and like do it for you, but I can't. So, but trust me, I energize you guys and I love you guys so very much. So let's talk about the second house. Let me say this, because it's really hard for you Cancers. For you Cancers, and I want to say I have friends that are Cancers, really close friends that are Cancers. So for you Cancers, you're going to be having like 35 days, because they're overlapping each other, of intense letting go and coming to, letting go and bringing forth, letting go and bringing forth. And that's kind of hard for you guys. Trust me, you're not going to do more than you can, but it does happen, okay? So, because they're trying to get you where you said you wanted to be, okay? And sometimes that takes completion and letting go. So in your second house, what's the second house about? The second house is, it's called the I have, okay? It's the I have house. And if you think about the first house, or your ascending, the first house is your identity. So the second house supports the first house. So the second house is your values, the values you put to your identity, which is all about what I have around me, my possessions, my things, my situations, my people, my family, my loved ones, my romantic loved ones. Like, that's like my house, because you're Cancer, you're very nurturing and mothering, right? Like that. So those things are important to you. And that's what is needing to clear so that you can receive more. So this is all about your possessions, your value, the value that you put to your identity, the things that you have around you, the people that you have around you, the situations that you have around you, right? Your value. So I asked Spirit, what is the thing that they are going to be working through in this, like, 3 months, 2 to 3 months, to come to completion? What are like the main things? And because this is a general reading, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but you can always check your moon, rising, and if you want to know your love, you can even look at the love area, your Venus and Mars. Actually, for you guys, it's Mars. So, so the first thing, so your position right here is the 3 of coins. So there are things, so this is about dedication, right? If you look at this card, and this is the Sacred Circle Tarot. I think I mentioned that before. But if you look at this card, whoever made these coins made them out of wood, and look at the intricacy and the detail. That takes a lot of love. That takes a lot of focus and dedication, right? That takes work. And so what they're saying is, this is where you're at in this house. Getting focused, getting dedicated, really saying, taking a look around you and saying, this is what is it that I have in my life? What is it that I need to let go of my life? What is it that I want to change in my life? My surroundings, right? And that's what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to, like, well, actually, they're patting you on your back for being so focused, for being so detailed, for being so hardworking at the things that you have around you, right? So they're saying, because this is their advice, is disillusion, right? The 10 of Swords is, and it's funny because Cancers are this way. Not all Cancers, I won't say that all Cancers, but Cancers are all this way. They're not like me, who can do 10 things at one time, right? And do it well. They have to do like one thing at a time, and it's a little bit slower paced, because they put their heart and soul Not that I don't, but just they have this deeper connection when they do things, right? So they're saying with the Ten of Swords, don't get disillusioned and don't get overwhelmed when you take a look around you, because you can get overwhelmed. That's how I have friends and my sister, they get that way. Don't get overwhelmed. Just do it one at a time, like you did these coins, one at a time. I mean, it looks detailed, but he or she, whoever made this, only did it one at a time, right? So don't get too overwhelmed and looking at everything and trying to do it like something that I would do. Do it your way, one at a time, okay? With the Ten of Swords, you can get so overwhelmed that like, oh my God, what? Like everything's exploded in my life, or everything's changing. So exploding can be changing in a good or bad way. It depends on your path. So everything's changing even for a good way, and you could just be like, oh my God, I can't do it. It's too much. Like it's too much, right? They don't want you to do that. They want you came here to experience life and through your perception. But what's your perception going to be? Is it going to be that everything is always hard and everything is too much for you? Or are you going to say, hey, I know things come 10 at a time, but I'm going to take care of one thing at a time because this is the way I'm going to do it, right? So that's what they're asking you to do. Don't get disillusioned. That's some of you, because then you'll freeze, and they don't want you to miss your opportunities. It's not like your opportunities won't come around again, but we have this life, and we have duality, and we have like phases in time and life cycles. So they're saying this is the opportunity right now to be able to do this, and it'll come around again. But in between now and the time it comes around again, you're going to be upset because you weren't staying focused, right? So they're saying just do it one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, and be detailed and stay focused, right? For others of you, they're saying really take a hard look at the way that your life is right now, right? In this second house, your life. Take a look at what you want and what you don't want, and just take a look at it. You don't have to do anything yet. Like, you don't have to like make the choice right now. You know, you got like 3 months for this energy to help you, okay? So just take a look at it. Just look around and just say, you know what, I do like that about that situation, but I don't like that about that situation. And then tweak it one at a time. I do like this person sometimes, and I don't like what they do this time, right? Like, just take a look around. Do it one at a time. And when they're saying take a look around, they're saying don't be disillusioned. Be very practical in the way that you're looking at things, okay? Be very practical in the way that you're looking at things, because they're trying to get you to come to completion with some things so that you can let it experience through, complete it, and you can get the other things or the other people or, yeah, those other relationships that you're wanting, right? But you have to take a look at around what's going on right now. Okay, that's what's working in this second house, because the outcome is transformation. And it's so funny that this 8th house is about transformation, and that's the outcome, is transformation, the Death card. Okay, so transformation means out with the old, in with the new. I'm going to a better phase. I'm going to a different phase. I'm no longer in this thing that I was in before, right? That's what this is. That's what this is going to help you come to terms and understand in your life. That yes, that life cycle is over. Those relationships are over. Those things around you are over. It's time for a new phase. And that's how they're sort of helping usher you in this way, okay? Now, this is just their advice. You can do what you want. But their advice is, when you do it one step at a time, we promise you we're not going to give you more than you want, okay? We promise you. And so we're never going to give you more than you can handle, right? We've all heard that, and that's true. We think sometimes that we can't handle it, but even if we have 10 things coming at once, you just do it one at a time. That's the practice. That's what you're trying to learn how to do, right? So I'm very happy for you guys, because I see you coming into a new light. I see you coming into a new phase. I see all of this happening for you guys, because for a while y'all haven't been happy. Some of you have been a little happy and then you go down, and then you're a little happy and then you go down. And I see like you're really clearing so that you can get to this joy, this happiness, these people, these relationships, these things that you're wanting in your work, in your businesses, in your careers, in your relationships, all of that, all of that. This is a really, really good house for you right now. Okay? So, what about the solar eclipse? Again, the eclipse is the reboot, right? So, it's in your 8th house, and it's going to be working on this for 45 days. Okay? 40 to 45 days. You'll feel this intently. We are in Leo energy. We were in Aquarius energy. We are in Leo energy. Now, we know Aquarian is all about humanity. I can't take too much because everybody has to have it, right? Like we're gonna do the group thing. We're gonna help out, right? That's not Leo. It's not that Leo won't help you. Leo has a big heart to help you. It's just that Leo understands that he is a king or she is a queen and she needs her resources, but she comes from her heart, or he comes from his heart. He creates the most beautiful things. He is about love affairs. He is about joy. He's about happiness. He or she, king or queen, they're about happiness and joy and love and creating from their heart. And they get their resources because they have a kingdom to love and protect. So they get their resources. So that's the energy we've moved into. Okay? In your solar eclipse, with it being gains, you are going to be gaining in this 8th house. But what are you going to do, Cancer? We don't want to get disillusioned and overwhelmed, okay? Because you have things, because I see it over here, but you have things and people and situations that want to come to you, okay? But what are you going to do about it, Cancer? Okay, so what's the 8th house? The 8th house is I transform, okay? The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, though Leo's going to be in it, right? But the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. So in this 8th house is very interesting because the 8th house is about you learning other people's values, other people's money. This is where inheritances can come in. This is where maybe you help somebody with a business and then you ended up leaving at some point and then their business took off and they have such a big heart and have such integrity that they said, hey, I sold my business for $1 million and I'm going to give you, 100,000 because you helped me at the time when nobody else would. Like that's that type. That's what's going on in this 8th house. Okay. It's about death and rebirth. It's about transformation. This is like a big theme for you guys. Transforming. This is what you're doing. It's also about the occult and the hidden, those things that aren't shown to you, but you go find, right? So also it's about your karma, your karmic like contracts. I mean, you can say karma, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter the words that you use, whatever resonates with you. But we have these lineages that we came from, right? In our DNA, in our spiritual line, our soul group, right? And so this house is really interesting because this is where you receive the karma or the contracts. This is where this is played out in this house. So let me say this, because I know a lot of you, when you say karma, you're thinking, oh man, that's not true. What can happen is, and I've seen this, say you and another of your lineage was here, I don't know, 100 years ago they were here. And they Virgo'd it out and did all this work and only received a little bit of it because that wasn't their contract to receive all the benefits. But they have all this stuff, all this karma, all this good stuff that needs to be given to the lineage, right? Because that's what this was worked for. This was worked on, right? I'm talking about the bigger picture. I know I'm going in depth, but I'm trying to get you to understand this part. So say they're saying, well, it wasn't my thing to like receive all the benefits. It was just my thing to learn how to work and experience those things, right? So now we have all this karmic gold, all the stuff that we've put into our lineage, and somebody's got to receive it, right? And so they're saying before you came, you're like, okay, we'll sign the contract because contract is the only thing kind of the closest thing we have. But I'll receive those things because I wanted to come and experience life here, and I wanted to do these things. But how about I receive those things? And they're like, yeah, because we still have that in our bank. Like, go receive it. That's that type of stuff that can be happening. So you can receive things just out of the blue because it was part of your lineage. You can receive the love of your life. You can, because that was like, that's the gift. Like, you receive these gifts, but you are also doing these contracts for your lineage because you're saying, well, in my contract, I'm going, because remember, you're going to be putting this into your lineage. So in my contract, I could be like, saying I wanted to experience what it was like to, I don't know, have everything and then have nothing, right? So that could be that. All that stuff is working on in this 8th house. Okay, so it's not just about that, but it is where you can get those gifts. Now, because it is eclipsed the solar, we're talking about gains, not losses. Okay, so I would say that it's more about the first scenario than it is about the second one because this is gains. All right, so that's all that's going on in this 8th house. So my question to them was, what is your, to spirit, what is the thing that you're going to be focused on so that you can receive these benefits, so that you can receive these gains in this 8th house, so that you can receive what the 8th house is about, right? And so you have the 7 of Wands, and it's rivalry. So they're saying your position in this house is to claim what it is that you're wanting, and this is all about transformation. This is all about not getting sidetracked. This is all about focus, okay? This is all about that. They're saying, claim what's yours. Say what you want next. Tell us, that's what you're going to be working on in this next 6 months. What is it that you're wanting next? You can do anything that you want. Remember, we have Leo in there. So come from your heart. Come from your heart, your mind, and your soul. Come together and say what I want. What do I want to have? What do I want my life to look like in the next 6 months? What are these things that can be manifesting for me in the next 6 months? But you got to claim it. You got to tell them what you want first, okay? Because they're sitting here with all your gifts, and they can't give it to you because you haven't said what you wanted. And they're like, well, we have all of them, but tell us which one you want. You can't have all of them all at one time because that would kind of be boring if you got everything at one time, right? Then what are you going to do for the rest, right? So they're saying, tell us what you want first. So claim that. Stand up for what you want. Stand up for what you know. Stand up for what's yours. It's karmic in here. It's your ancestry in here. It's yours. It was yours to begin with. Think like a sword in that way, right? It's yours to begin with. It's in your DNA. It's what your ancestry worked for anyway. You just get to receive some of this, okay? So they're saying that's where you're going to come to. Their advice is discontent, the 4 of Cups. I know you Cancers can do this. Instead of focusing on what you want, you will have a tendency to focus on what you don't have, right? We're not saying don't look at what you don't have. We're just saying don't focus on it. Don't put your heart in that. Because you guys are Cancers. Come from your heart. Focus on what you want. Focus on the possibilities that you can have. Because you can have anything. But they're trying to get you to have that energy to be able to receive these things. And if that energy is in this tighter vibration about what I don't have, what people did, how come, blah, 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 all of that, then that's that vibration, and your vibration where your gifts are up here, right? So they're asking you to refocus, to turn your attention to what you want. Turn your attention to the things that you can have. Fight for what you want. Tell them what you want. Stand in what you want, not in what you don't want. Okay? I hope that helps. But I see where you guys can like sort of do the other. And you got to get to this vibration if you want these things to come in. And this is like, remember, other people's money, other people's values, other people's things, right? This can be something that you had put work into, and then all of a sudden you're receiving the benefit. And you forgot you did this like 5 years ago, right? So remember, they're trying to get you to this. Claim what you want. Be in this space so that you can receive these benefits. Now, The outcome is sacrifice. And the hangman, so this is hangman in the traditional tarot. The hangman is all about self-sacrifice. The hangman is all about, I'm not going to make a move because I don't think I have enough information. And so I'm just going to stay here because I'm waiting for the other person to step up, right? That's what this is about. Now, I'm saying if you don't change this, that this is your outcome. Because if you're discontent, if you don't claim, your outcome is self-sacrificing, right? Have you not done that enough, Cancer? Have you not? Because you can keep doing it, but have you not? I think it's time for you guys to get yours. I think it's time for you guys to claim what's yours. Because it's just sitting there. It's waiting for you. So there comes a point in your life when you really do have to say, okay, even though you may say it out loud, like you really do have to feel, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be taken away from anybody. And I think it's my turn. And so maybe I should get what I want. Maybe I should not think that the universe is fighting against me. Maybe I should know that they always love and support me. And I'm just going through these things. And now it's time for me to get these things because I've experienced all these other things. And so now it's time for me to get what I want. Right? But it's kind of up to you. It's your choice. Are you going to look at what you don't have, or are you going to look at what you want and can have? Okay? So my gorgeous ones, I hope I helped. I really, really, really want you guys to get what you want. I really want these things to come in. You have surprises. I see all the surprises, but this is about you this is transformation. This is about transformation. I want you to know that your gifts and your blessings are there, but unless you get to that vibration and allow those things to come in by letting go of these other things, it can't come in. So it's kind of up to you. You can have it. It's right there. It's for you. But what are you going to do, my beautiful ones? Okay. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We have made this channel like almost 10,000 in like 5 weeks. That's just crazy. So thank you once again. I love you, love you, love you. Bye.